Real quick discussion about it is Thursday, October 22nd. We are rocking out with the final presidential debate. And if you are old to this channel, yes, I literally just put on a new shirt from my last video. But if you're new to the channel, I'm fresh and fly every day. I'm going to do this really quickly because, as you know, during this coronavirus period of time, I have two children. My oldest one is in virtual learning, and that is being done through this very iPad. So I'm going to speak quickly. Just double check. I have 10 minutes before he has to return. He's going to be learning about coding. So the presidential debate is tonight, and I am going to weigh in. I don't know. Because at this point, I have to consider that I am biased. I don't like. Well, I've never liked Biden, and I used to rail on him hard. I mean, I was putting sniffer videos up, and I was like, and all this. And then I stopped after he got the nomination because it's like, it's okay, relax. And then, and I actually like Trump. I like what he's been doing for the country. So, the first debate, if I were on the fence, I would have not been leaning towards Trump. I was unhappy with his performance. I just was. It was too bullish. I mean, to be fair, we find out 2 days later he had COVID. I mean, he walked out. He did not look good. He just didn't look good. He looked unwell, and we find out later he wasn't well. But that being neither there nor here, I found that his performance was too bullish. I don't think he was able to stick any landings for the most part. There were some positive jabs. And Biden, I mean, he should just let Biden speak. Biden came off looking feeble and abused, but not in a political way that you're like, yeah, I got abused, just like Pence did to Kamala. Whew, whew, man, that debate, Kamala Harris and I mean Pence, just like literally put her in a blanket and rocked her to sleep. Goodness gracious. You can use that term or phrase if you'd like. I just made it up. But so tonight's debate, I really just hope. I guess you know what? I'm not going to make a prediction. I can't because I can't predict because I don't know Donald Trump's feelings. I don't know Joe Biden's feelings. I mean, like with all the stuff with Hunter Biden and everything right now, it's like it feels like if this weren't an election season, it feels like if the news cycle were to be honest, that Hunter Biden would literally bring down his whole entire family based on the laptop and everything. But it's an election cycle, so there are some protections. So I don't know if, and I heard somewhere that they're gonna like foreign policies off the table and Hunter Biden's things off the table, like, but Trump's gonna do whatever he wants and then get muted. So, oh, there it is. So here's my perspective. Here's what's gonna happen. Trump is going to be Trump. Hopefully, a little more comported, please. Just please. Biden will be Biden. Feeble, defensive, dismissive, and not answering any questions. But the real takeaway is going to be the media. That two things. One, has the power to mute. I mean, I know that you understand that television works, that there's not just one person. It's not just like, oh, I'm going to mute. So there's a whole team of people that are going to be able to mute random people's mics. And I do say randomly because all the mistakes in the investigation and everything, they've always been random, and they haven't been in one direction. They've never been just about. Yes, I'm joking. Relax, I'm joking. But, so I think what's going to happen is we're going to hear about Hunter. We're going to hear, hopefully, about the China money issue. We're going to hear about Air Force 2. But now I think I kind of want to know a little bit more about what Trump wants to do. Like, I kind of am interested in, like, what the next 4 years is going to be like. I am actually so accustomed to fighting and being defensive and, but and it's realized I'm speaking about like all these things that aren't for the betterment of everybody. I mean, like, the truth is that I want all this information out so that everyone understands it so we can move on and move past it. But what happens when we move past it? I hope that that is addressed by Mr. President Trump this evening. And I would also love to hear what Biden would believe. Like, what happens when all the fighting stops? I mean, I know we've been hearing from people that the fighting ain't gonna stop. Ain't gonna stop. But yeah, it's gonna have to stop eventually. So, my prediction is that Trump is going to win, because I believe that Biden is going to talk, because he's going to have the time to talk, and since he has the time to talk, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to do a quick impression of my Joe Biden. I'll do Trump first. We're going to win. Don't you do nothing about China, Russia. It's all hoax. It's fake news. Let me tell you what I've done. Cool. All right, relax, bro. But what else? Here's Biden. Well, I think that there's candles that need to be lit in the wax. Because if you have wax, you can make them seals in it. Now, what we do is we put seals. Not in the Navy. Not just putting bombs. Not just putting bombs on the U-boats. Because that's what happens in the war. You got the U-boats. You got to protect against the people that want to detract from. I was. Maybe I spoke too long, but I have blonde leg hair. Tell me that didn't sound like Biden. Peace.